What is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video we're over here on the Japanese side of the game taking a look at the PSY team in Pirate Rumble or PvP. And with the release of the new StrawHat legend, this particular team has become very interesting, and I actually enjoy running it a lot. So with this particular PSY team, I am showcasing pretty much just one team for you guys. We're going to talk about the PSY color over here on the Japanese side of the game. Now, I did have a showcase ready for you guys for the strength team, and then I was in the midst of building my int showcase, but with the release of Ryoiin and Vivi literally coming tomorrow or today with this video being released, I'm probably just going to hold off on that, just see if I can get some luck, because I do think they have very good Rumble abilities, and being in Powerhouse with Ryoiin, as well as being Free Spirit and Strength with Vivi, they're going to find their way onto those teams very easily. So I thought, in today's video, let's showcase the PSY team. I haven't done so yet. I did send some videos to my boy Rumble Scratch, so make sure to check him out. I think he did a video on this particular team. I did see a video from him where he used my content, so make sure to check him out. He's an absolute god. And big shout out to the boy Jin in our Discord. He helps me a lot with PvP as well. He's an absolute weapon as well. But the team looks a little bit like this. Now, PSY has a lot of really good options, but in saying that, I still don't think it's where the quick team is. So if we have a quick look at the quick team, so this here is the quick team that it's predominantly called the meta team. Now, this particular team has like everything going for it. But the PSY team, it hasn't always been, like, it's still been pretty close to that. So, this particular team works really well. We've got Enel on the team. You guys know how amazing he is with his speed up and his defense up. Roger's just an absolute weapon with his nerfing capabilities, his defense up, as well as his fixed damage. We then got the new Gaban. Another reason I wanted to make this video was to showcase this new Gaban. He's really good. He gives a lot of HP up to PSY, which is great. And he has a very good special, lowering attack down. Then we've got Rebecca Toy Soldier. Again, you guys know how amazing this unit is for the PSY team, especially for nursing slashes, to be honest, but works very nicely. And then we've got on the bench, I've actually got Verse Shanks. Now, Verse Shanks is really good. Verse Shanks does a lot of fixed damage. Not that one, this one. Depending on, like, I think it's, like, how much HP he has, or like below the 50-second mark, he does an extra 2k. So that's the reason I have him on the bench, namely so I could fit in the new StrawHat Pirates, who are also very good for the PSY team. I actually really enjoy this particular team. It works very nicely. And the idea of this team is you're putting the StrawHats in the middle, because StrawHats give defense for the first 40 seconds. So you kind of want them to die and then let Shanks come in, give some more defense, start doing that extra fixed damage. And with this particular team having a lot of fixed damage and a lot of attack, it actually works so nicely. But PSY has a lot of options. PSY has a lot of very good options. So if we have a look over here, I have sort of put together a team for you guys just to showcase what other options you guys have. Namely this guy here. Wano Law is an incredible unit, and he can easily find his way onto the PSY team if you're looking for a replacement for some of those other units that we were touching on in the main team anyway. The next unit we have is Super Type Boa. Super Type Boa can do a lot of fixed damage. I think she does 4,000 to like one enemy. And she can also give defense up if she gets below 50% HP. We've got the Germa, or the Germa 60, what was it? The Germa 56 Frankie unit. This guy's actually really good as another option that's with a lower cost. He has a 30 cost and he gives a lot of defense, which is great. We've got the Germa, again, Germa 56 Sanji. This guy works as a really good nuker, and he was originally on my team, but I did need to take him off for the StrawHats, obviously, because they have a Sanji, right? But the beautiful thing about that is, if you don't have this guy, you can always use Sober Mask, the PvP one, and they kind of work the same. But this guy's PSY, and he's very strong. If you've got the Germa 66 with their 6+, they even got better in Rumble. That's another very viable option for you guys. And then for some other nukers, you have Kogara and Nolan. And you also have this Brook, the Kazuna Brook. He's actually a pretty solid option for healing and doing some cheeky shenanigans there. But that's basically the team. I really wanted to put this team together to showcase not only the StrawHats, but Gaban as well as Verse Shanks. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So with that said, let's dive in. Alright, so for the first fight, we're coming up against an int combination, and I wanted to showcase this mainly because they had the new Moria, who has actually released over on the global side of the game. I do know that most of my viewers are global players, as I still am a global main, but I just really wanted to showcase this to sort of showcase what Moria can do in PvP as well. And I was actually testing this particular team at the time, and I was using Verse Shanks in the front and then having the StrawHats at the back. I then sort of realized, well, putting the StrawHats at the back probably isn't the smartest move. I do think that, like, Verse Shanks is a better PvP unit, but the fact that the Straw Hats can give defense in the first 40 seconds and then Shanks doing more damage in the last 50 seconds, it just made way more sense to actually put him on the bench. I did actually try having them both in the front lines and I had Gaban on the bench, but Gaban giving that much HP is just, it's so nice having him in the front lines, as well as his special doing a lot of damage, as you guys can see there, as well as nerfing attack. The combination of him and Roger both nerfing attack can just shut down teams' damage capabilities very, very easily. If we are coming up against any slashes on teams, we can actually make full advantage of Rebecca Toy Soldier as well as Enel. And for this particular team that we're versing, we've actually got Komurasaki. Komurasaki and Dofi are both slashes, so whenever we pop off the Rebecca Toy Soldier special and get lucky enough, we can actually give them level 8 defense down. With then the Gaban special doing all that damage, as well as the Straw Hats doing a lot of damage as well with their special and their healing capabilities, it actually works really, really nicely. But you guys will see that in some of the later fights when I do have the Straw Hats in the front lines. But I thought this was a pretty good little showcase of Verse Shanks being in the front, just showcasing what he can do. Verse Shanks can give so much defense up, namely to himself, but giving that 1,000 fixed damage is so nice. When you're combining that with Roger, obviously, it's 3,000. And then with Shanks in the last 50 seconds, he can actually turn that into 3,000 on his own. And then when you have Roger doing 2,000, it just works so damn nicely. Like, so nice. You got Gaban lowering attack, you got Roger lowering attack and defense, you got defense reduction with the Rebecca Toy Soldier and their crazy passives. You got a lot of speed up, a lot of extra defense replenishment with Enel and his low cooldowns. Enel's just popping specials left, right, and center. It's absolutely wild. And then once we do get down to the last 40 seconds, Roger kicks in for that special charge, which is really, really nice. So this fight kind of went the distance, namely because of Moria. Moria has that ability to halve your stats, and it can actually turn a fight very, very quickly. But that was Verse Shanks in the front line. But let's move on to the next fight now. Alright, so moving on to the next fight now, we're coming up against a quick Roger team. Now, this particular team is a little bit scary. We've got the likes of Magellan, we've got the likes of Kaido, and we've got the likes of Akainu. And then Roger, he doesn't really tie it all together, but he just works on these types of teams just because he's such a good unit. You can literally just slide him into any team, and he's going to do a job for you. The other unit this guy has on the team is 6+ Cracker. I'm not a huge fan of 6+ Cracker in Rumble. He was good once upon a time when Rumble first released, and I do understand he still does find some viable positions on the quick team because he gives us speed and cooldown, I'm pretty sure. And he can still find his way onto the slasher team, but I think just nowadays, he's just kind of dropped off a little bit. Like I said, he still does work over on Global, especially on that quick team. He can still find a position there very, very nicely. But over here on Japan, there's just a lot of better options. So as you can see, we are tanking that Magellan special. We are tanking that that Akainu special for that massive HP cut, the defense down that Magellan gives us. We then take the Kaido special, and as you can see, we're still alive. So that's why having Gaban in the front lines was actually so nice. It just helps out significantly as you can actually tank all those shots from those big hitters. Once they've had all their shots, it's now our turn to throw some shots in. Gaban can do a lot of damage. We've got a lot of extra defense and speed with Enel. Roger's going to do his fixed damage. And the Straw Hats can actually be really, really good. They can give off 50% chance to action bind, which is really nice, but they also give healing and a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure it's like 1.7 times their attack, and they've actually got a pretty nice attack stat. As you can see there, once we popped all our specials off, we basically did more damage than the enemy, and we can say goodbye to that scary looking quick team. But not the best quick team that is on Japan, but still a fair decent team nonetheless. On to the next fight now. Alright, so onto the OG slashers now, and I've always got a versus slasher team in there somewhere, just because they dominated the meta for so damn long, especially over on Global. It was all we saw for 4 months was just slashes, and it's just funny for me to actually see on Japan that someone's still running the OG slasher team as a defense team. Now, I don't know if this is just like a deactive account that hasn't played in a little while, but it was just funny to see that this slasher team is actually still running around on JP as a defending team. It's just absolutely wild to me. With all the new character releases, all these new powerful legends, that the slasher team is still a go-to. It just... It made me laugh, but at the same time, we've got Enel, we've got Rebecca Toy Soldier. I had to show off this side team just going absolutely berserk, and funny enough, the Slasher team's actually put up a better fight than that last team that we saw. The Slashers actually killed a lot more units, and it wasn't scary, but it was definitely a lot scarier than the previous fight, which really shocked me because Kaido, Akainu, and Magellan all on the same team, they can do some pretty nutso things. And the Slashers, they're pretty much just speed and damage. But the fact of the matter is, they actually managed to get a lot of good shots on us. They reduced our speed, they reduced our attack, and they actually killed a couple units, if I remember correctly. I'm watching this, and I'm like, maybe they didn't. Oh, no, Odin should kill some units. Yeah, cool. So, we managed to get a bit of damage in there with our Enel special. We managed to get some damage and some defense reduction with our Rebecca Toy Soldier and our Roger. And lucky for us, we've got a very, very good unit at the first slotted back bench, which is Shanks. And as you can see, once Gaban comes in, man, like, Gaban can do so much damage. That Scopper unit is so damn fun. And I'm really glad that I pulled him, because it actually, like, ties this side team together very nicely. So that was against the OG Slashers. On to the next team now. Alright, so the next team's a bit of a funky one. I found this weird, like, hybrid, quick, driven team. Now, with the release of Beige literally being the next unit on Global, I kind of wanted to showcase a fight against him, because he is very, very good in Rumble, especially for the driven team that features Moria and stuff like that. This particular team can put in some serious work. The rest of the team consists of, like, a driven quick base. They've got the Pirate Rumble Shiryu, who's very, very good, literally the next banner on Global. They've also got Legend King, as well as Kaido, two very, very powerful Pirate Rumble units, and he's also got V3 Kuzan, who, honestly, I don't really give too much respect to V3 Kuzan. I'm not a huge fan of him in Rumble. He's quite good. He gives a lot of speed. He's got a very good special, a lot of damage and action binding, but I just don't see him being better than stuff like Tessero, or Tesoro, however you say it. I don't see him being better than, like, the free-to-play Treasure Map Queen, and I really don't see him being better than, like, some of those other really high-end quick legends. But nevertheless, I'm not going to judge what other people's boxes look like. And it was really, really cool to take on not only Beige, but also the new Quick King. This Quick King on the team, he's actually a pretty solid Rumble unit as well. So it was fun to actually showcase that. So as you can see, he's popped off all his specials now. Got a lot of damage out, but with the amount of defense that our team has, we can actually just sort of sit there and take it. Then we're going to throw off our Roger special, getting a nice fixed damage, getting some nerfing capabilities about us, and then our StrawHats are going to pop off. StrawHats, if they get lucky, are going to action bind someone. I think King's immune, though, so it didn't work. But StrawHats actually give us a heal for the next, I think it's like 13 seconds or something like that. It might be like 14 or 15. And that heal is like 900 heal every 2 to 3 seconds. So it's like an auto heal, and it just sort of keeps you at a nice, like, decent HP pool as the fight goes on, which is a really nice mechanic when it comes to Rumble, especially when you've got like that damage over time from King, and then you're healing back from the StrawHat special. It's a nice little ability. I wouldn't say it's broken or super overpowered, but it is a nice little addition to their special, as they already do it a lot of damage. They already have action bind, and why not give the whole team a nice little heal on top of the amount of HP that we have and the amount of defense that we're continuously replenishing with our Enel specials. So we are going to take the King special twice. This time, he managed just to get that damage over time on all of our units. But lucky for us, we've got Scopper coming in, and Scopper's not only going to take out King, but he's also going to do a bunch of damage to our boy Kaido. If we can manage to take out Kaido, he's basically lost all of his... There he is, right there. He's lost all his damage. In the back, he had Bellamy and Stussy. Bit weird having Stussy in the back. Stussy is not a bench unit, and if you do have Stussy and you want to use her in Pirate Rumble, make sure to put her in the front and in the middle slot, because you kind of want her to pop off in the first 30 seconds and then just die. She doesn't give you any benefit after that, so just let her do her job and then say goodbye. Don't put her on a bench slot. There's so many better units for that. But as you can see, this side team does it very, very well. Didn't even need Verse Shanks that time, and managed to get it done fairly easily. So let's move on to the final fight of the video now, and we're going to wrap it up. And for the final fight of the video, I am coming up against a Psy team. So this particular team is using some of those different options that I did mention at the beginning of the video. They have Germa. They also have the Brook in the back. They're also using Wano Law. Now, Wano Law is great, especially on defending teams, because he can just nerf so many units, namely Int as well as Driven Powerhouse. And he just works so well when you're using stuff like Kaidos and Dofis and Morias, all those particular units, Blackbeard, Katakuri. All those particular units get nerfed by Law, so using him on a defensive team, if you are running Psy, is definitely a really good shout. But I was just having so much fun with the StrawHats, man. Putting the StrawHats in the front and then having Shanks at the back, sort of like overseeing the StrawHats like he does through the whole anime and the whole manga. It's just, it was such a fun time recording this video, and I really, really enjoyed using the Psy team. I do have that uber powerful quick team, but I just prefer to run this team. It's just way more fun, you know, and it's a lot more fun. This and Strength. I've been having a lot of fun with Strength as well. With the release of Toki, and then with the release of, what's her name? Vivi, that will be coming out tomorrow. So, fingers and toes crossed, I can pull that Vivi. That Vivi is so ridiculously busted in regular play, as well as PvP. I really want to get my hands on her, and if I do, I'll slide her into the Strength Showcase. But I do already have that video recorded, so nevertheless, you guys will be seeing that over the next coming days anyway. And then I am working on an Int Showcase, so if I do manage to pull Rajo, I will slide her in as well. But as you can see, We've managed to just do the regular stuff, tank all the damage, get Enel to pop off first, give us a little bit more defense, give us some more speed, and then we can just let our big guns start coming in, namely Gaban. That Gaban hits so damn hard, it's not even funny. But the beautiful thing about versing this team as well, Law's a slasher, Roger's a slasher, so Rebecca Toy Soldier were doing very, very well. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Moogie, what up?